Let me first start by telling you about BBC Media Action because I know a lot of you are wondering who we are. We used to be known as BBC World Service Trust. We are the international NGO of the BBC, and we essentially work with media and communications for development across the globe. In India, we currently do a lot of work on maternal and child health, and I'm going to present to you some parts of what we're doing on our work in Bihar, working on maternal and child health, reproductive health, nutrition, sanitation, where we're working very closely with the government. We're working as part of something called the Ananya Initiative. Now, Ananya is a program that's been based on a memorandum of cooperation signed between the government of Bihar and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation with the intention to improve maternal child health, nutrition, and sanitation outcomes by 2015. It started out being implemented in 8 districts with the intention of scaling up across the state by 2015. And we particularly are implementing a project called Shaping Demand and Practices that aims to use an integrated approach to change, to shift levels of knowledge, attitude, self-efficacy, social norms, and intent to change behavior as well. We're looking at a critical window of 33 months or 1,000 days where we're looking at saving lives of newborns, mothers, and infants by driving demand for health services, by shaping norms, and by transforming behaviors. And the 33-month window looks something like this, and it's a wide range, as you can see, of behaviors that we're having to deal with. It's everything from preparing for birth, safe delivery, nutrition, family planning, immediate breastfeeding, exclusive breastfeeding, IYCF practices, immunization, hand washing. It's a huge range of issues to be dealing with and communicating about to the same target audience. What we've done, therefore, and Bihar, as some of you will know, is an incredibly challenging geography to work in. Traditional media access is poor. It's a largely populous state. There are 104 million people, and 90% of Bihar is rural. So we've had to use what we call a 360-degree integrated approach to really look at reaching as many people as we can. And it's a very simple idea. It's looking at the beneficiary at the center of the universe and really layering communication and ideas of communication around them. At the closest level to them is interpersonal communication, and then building on from there, we use community mobilization practices and then mass media. And we use a range of different things, from advertising, radio. We use the same radio outputs with self-help groups where we're creating listeners' clubs. We do a lot of street theater. We're using a lot of mobile. But particularly today, I'm going to talk to you about the interpersonal communication element of our work, and there are several components to that. At the base of it, the objective is really to improve the quality of home visits that frontline workers like Ashas and Anganwadi workers make to beneficiaries at the household level. And when we started working, we identified 2 key gaps, and these are not surprises to anybody. The 2 key gaps are that frontline workers feel that they have no training, they've received no training in how to go out and talk to people. They have no idea how to convince somebody to do something. The second big gap in Bihar was that they felt they had no materials, no job aids, no tools to actually help them do that. So the work that the project that we designed really looked at addressing this key challenge, which is how do we improve the efficacy of frontline health workers and optimize their potential, but not increase their workload, because that's something that we keep hearing again. Any big challenge requires innovative thinking, and that's really where we went with this. We looked at leveraging mobiles, because what we found early on was that while television access is about 18% and radio access is about 11%, about 80% of households have access to a mobile phone, and close to 100% of frontline health workers have access to a mobile phone as well. 85% of them own their own mobile, and 95% of them actually have access to it and use it for work purposes. The first solution we came up with was something we called Mobile Academy. Mobile Academy is essentially an anywhere, anytime, standardized training that's delivered via the mobile phone to frontline workers. It's designed specifically to refresh knowledge and to enhance communication skills, and it does that by content that's designed to deliver tips and tricks. How do you speak to somebody? For instance, how do you use statistics to convince somebody about something? How do you use local analogy? How do you use local imagery in having those conversations? Excuse me. Mobile Academy has about 190 minutes of content. It doesn't have to be taken all at one go. We use something called bookmarking, which allows the user to come back to where they left off. So if the frontline worker has to suddenly rush off and make dinner because her husband's come home, she can do that. She can hang up, and when she dials in again, she'll start where she left off. The frontline worker pays for this course herself. It's incredibly affordable because she only pays 50 paise per minute, but it is something that she pays for herself. It's completely handset agnostic. You can dial from any phone as long as it can make a call, and you dial a single number and it just takes you through the entire course. And it's based on a business model that's actually quite complex and involves partnerships with 6 of the leading mobile network operators in the country. They're named here, and between them they cover 90% of the market in Bihar. So how is Mobile Academy designed? There's a key character, and she's quite critical to the work that we're doing, because she actually then goes across our entire 360-degree campaign, and she keeps reappearing in the radio program and in the street theater and in various other ways. She's, Dr. Anita, this is the character that we've created, keeps coming back. Mobile Academy is delivered in her voice, and she's a friendly neighborhood doctor, but she's the voice of authority as well. Mobile Academy is structured into 9 chapters. Each chapter has 4 lessons, and each lesson is approximately 2.5 minutes long. And at the end of each chapter, she gets to do a quiz. It's a very simple quiz. She presses 1 it's a multiple choice quiz, so she presses 1 or 2 to decide what her answer is. And if she, at the end of the entire course, gets a 50% passing mark, she's eligible for a certificate of completion from the government of Bihar. As you can imagine, that's a huge draw for frontline health workers who feel that they haven't actually had enough training and haven't actually had that kind of recognition. I was going to play a little clip from Mobile Academy, but I think between Mobile Academy and Mobile Kunji, I'll play one for you because you'll get a flavor of it. Mobile Kunji then is the next part of what we did. Mobile Kunji is a tool, it's a job aid intended for frontline health workers. And essentially Mobile Kunji looks like this. It's a little black pouch, and in the black pouch is a deck of cards on a ring. It's 40 cards on a ring. It's color-coded and divided into different sections. And it's a really, really simple, state-of-the-art audiovisual job aid. The visual bit is quite clear, right? You can see what it looks like. Where does the audio come in, and where do the mobiles come in? Every card has at the bottom a unique toll-free short code. So if the frontline worker is talking to the family about skin-to-skin care, she can dial the number at the bottom of that card, and she then goes directly to an audio message that's linked to the content on that card. And she uses that to play. She either hands her phone over, or she puts it on loudspeaker and hands it over to the mother or the mother-in-law to listen to, and thus reinforcing what she's saying to the family and what she's demonstrating to the family. The audio content, again, is delivered by Dr. Anita. You can imagine what effect that has on beneficiaries, because this is a community that doesn't have access to doctors very easily. So then when there is this doctor character that's bringing you information from around the world that's relevant, it's incredibly engaging and important for them. The calls that frontline workers make to Mobile Kunji are toll-free for them. We don't expect them to pay for this because this is part of their jobs, and what's the motivation, therefore, for them to pay for it? Currently, the project is covering costs for these calls, but we're working very closely with the government of Bihar to actually operationalize. The money's in the PIP, and it's about now getting the money out of the PIP and into the mobile network operators. Again, it's based on the same partnerships with Airtel, Vodafone, Tata, Idea, Reliance, and BSNL. And the calls, again, can be made from pretty much any handset. The cards are designed to follow a specific logic principle. So there's an argument flow that each card actually follows. It starts with a conversation starter that usually provokes something. It provokes a response in the in the beneficiary. So it's something that allows the conversation to really engage. The front of each card, as you can see, is largely the illustration, and we're working with low literate populations, so therefore this is quite a critical component of the communication. It's the image will either illustrate the to-do or the benefit of what we need the beneficiary to do. There's a subhead which is at the bottom of the illustration and repeated on the back of the card, and that really helps guide the conversation. It tells the frontline worker which direction to take the conversation in. There are key bullet points of information that she must remember to communicate to the family. And there's a little couplet at the end in that little yellow bubble, which is repeated across Mobile Academy as well, and it's repeated on the audio. And it serves as a little audio mnemonic for families to take away and remember. I'm just going to play a little clip, and hopefully the technology will work, and just to give you a flavor of what it sounds like.
सही उम्र खाली पढ़ाई लिखाई और शादी ब्याह खातिर ही नहीं होवे है, बच्चा को आहार देवे का भी एक सही उम्र होवे है। यही से एकरा में आपन के पता चली कि बच्चे को दूध के साथे साथ आहार देवे का शुरुआत कब से करे चाहिए।
सावन में झूला लगाए के छोड़ ना ही देवत हो ना, झूले भी तो हो, फिर मुंह जुठाई का रस्म करके काहे छोड़े। उही दिन से बच्चे को खाना खिलाना शुरू करें। नींव मजबूत हो तब ये मकान मजबूत बनी।
So you get a sense of what Dr. Anita sounds like. The language has been created to address a large part of Bihar. Bihar has 14 different dialects, and therefore what we've pre-tested heavily and finally come to is a Hindi base with Bhojpuri, Maithili, Maghi, Angika, various words thrown in there. So how do we get Mobile Kunji and Mobile Academy out to frontline workers? It's not enough to just produce these services. How do we get them out there? The way we do it is by actually doing a face-to-face training with frontline health workers. And it's based on something that we call a sales cycle approach to negotiated communication. It looks essentially at every single interaction as a sale. It's about closing the deal. It's about agreeing next steps. It's a very private sector approach, but it really works in actually negotiating that conversation and helps give them direction in how to help convince somebody. The training focuses very much on self-efficacy and building practice, and it links very closely to the design of the Kunji cards as well. Just a couple of images of the training. We started the training in May last year, and in 6.5 months in the 8 districts, we've trained 38,512 Ashas and Anganwadi workers. Starting April of this year, we've actually started scale-up of this training to an additional 8 districts in Bihar, targeting roughly the same numbers again, and working much more closely with government this time. So what's the uptake been like? Now remember I told you that Mobile Academy is a paid service, but in the last, this is data till the end of March, in those 10 months, we've had 25,500 unique users. That's 25,500 people who have started taking the course. They've accessed 2.6 million minutes of content, and till the 24th of April, we'd had about 8,000 people who had completed the course and were eligible for their certificates. In fact, Pulvaria block and Gopalganj district, there's 100% completion among Ashas of Mobile Academy. All the Ashas in Pulvaria block have completed Mobile Academy to date. This is what gives them this big draw, because they get to go in there and meet the DM and get their certificate, and a big deal is made of it. And this is one of the big motivators to do Mobile Academy. Mobile Kunji in the same time period has had 89,000 unique users. Now you remember I said that we trained 38,000 frontline workers, so clearly there's a huge number of additional people who are calling in. And with the support of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, we've set up a call center to check who these people are. And we found that there are frontline workers outside the 8 districts, people we haven't trained yet, who are calling in. We found that there's a large number of housewives who are calling in. So clearly what's happening is that the frontline workers leaving the short code numbers behind at the family. And then it's pretty much everybody else. Tailors, bus drivers, sabziwala, istriwala, you name it, everybody has called the number at least once. However, there is a core group of about 40,000 frontline workers across not just our 8 districts, but in other districts as well, who call Mobile Kunji repeatedly every single month. And they're the large contributors to the fact that we've had 2.1 million minutes of content accessed in the last 10 months. Some of the stories that we're hearing from the field, from actual users of Mobile Kunji and Mobile Academy. Renu Devi, who's an Anganwadi worker up in East Champaran, says that it's very difficult for her to go into her community now without Mobile Kunji because she's become so dependent on it. In Gopalganj, we met this young woman, 19 years old, married, first time pregnant, and we were talking to her about what the Asha and the Anganwadi worker had said to her about being prepared for her delivery. And she said, I've made all the arrangements and I'm going to have the delivery in a hospital, and I've got everything prepared at home as well. So we said, what have you got prepared? And she raced in and brought out this little bag, and she had in it the stuff that you can see in the bottom right photograph. And it's essentially a repeat of what this card is. It's clean cloth, it's soap, it's new thread, it's a little piggy bank to start saving money, and it's her registration card. And that for us was really the key moment of looking at how Mobile Kunji works. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Priyanka. Any questions before we bring on our next speaker, Murari? One quick question. Yeah. This mic there.
Have you thought about any helpline now so that Dr. Anita can also answer some questions that come up?
A helpline, no, but we are looking at different mobile services that actually reach beneficiaries directly. It's something that we'll launch later this year, so we'll keep you posted, but not a helpline, no.
Priyanka, the cost for the Mobile Academy, you said it was 50 paise
per minute.
Per minute, right?
Yeah.
That's not even partially subsidized, that's an all-in-all cost as partnership with the service providers?
It's actually subsidized by the service providers, by the mobile network operators. These are all VAS services, and
Right.
VAS services, as you know, standard rates are about 6 rupees a minute.
Correct.
So when we're talking about 50 paise per minute, that's about a 90% subsidy from the mobile network operators, which is enormous. When we started out saying that maybe we wanted the government to pick up the cost for these, but we're actually finding that that frontline workers who are interested and engaged with Mobile Academy are actually going ahead and doing it. The cost is not, it's not a barrier.
Thanks, Priyanka. Next.